Hello everyone, welcome to William in the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have Caroline. Caroline is from Brazil, but she lives in New York City in the USA. So let's see what Caroline has to say. Enjoy the interview. Hello Caroline, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Very well. Thanks so much for taking the time today for the interview. Thank you.
Well, thank you for doing it. I'm very, very happy.
So tell me, how's your weekend going so far?
It's going great. Well, actually, I just came home from Brazil. Um, yeah, I was there for like 2 weeks and it was great. I was, doing some medical exams and then I also spending time with my family, which is the best part for sure. Um, and yeah, now I'm back, so I'm settling back into my life here. I hung out with a couple friends and I'm getting ready to work the next few days.
So tell me, where are you based right now?
I am based in Manhattan. I am around like Upper Manhattan. I really like the area. It's very peaceful.
I
I
see.
mean, it sounds kind of contrary to what people would say, but like this Upper Manhattan part, very residential, so nice.
So tell me, what's the biggest joy of living in New York City?
I think it's a city full of uniqueness.
Okay.
Um, so I said that yesterday to someone. Um, I think New York encourages you to be yourself because everyone is it's themselves, and it can be a little crazy sometimes. You see some crazy things. But then I told this person that I love dressing in blue, and now that I don't have my parents with me, to be like, hey, maybe you should have like different colors of clothes. I'm like, no, I like blue and like brown and white, so I'm just gonna wear the colors that I want. And yeah, that's it. It's nice. It's funny.
And where's about in Brazil you are from?
I wasn't born in Brasilia, but I lived in Brasilia my whole life.
Hmm.
I was born in the Northeast in a place called Piauí.
Okay.
Yeah, and my entire family is from there. So they went there to have me basically, and then moved back to Brasilia, where I live with my parents.
So tell me, what was the highlight of your trip to Brazil just gone now?
Well, I think it was when I saw Wicked for Good with my parents. And well, we were kind of like accompanying my little sister to the mall, and then she was like, "I'm gonna see Wicked for Good with my friends and everything." So they sat away from us, and then me and both my parents sat a little more in the front. And I kind of felt like a kid again because it was like my dad, me, and my mom, and I was like, "Well, that hasn't happened in a while." So it was
Uh,
nice.
I think be around family in our home country, I think is the best feeling. Getting back to our roots, I think it's just recharging the batteries. You know what I mean? We need that.
100%, 100%. Best feeling. I always miss them when I'm here. It was a hard process of adaptation at first, but now I'm used to it, but it doesn't make leaving any easier.
And tell me why New York City?
Well, theater. Theater. I love theater, and I came here in 2018, and I remember like to visit and to see theater, and I just remember having this like feeling of, yeah, this is the place. This is, if it's somewhere, it's here. So I love it. I love it. It's so full of magic.
And so tell me, let's start the interview talking about your career as an artist. So tell me how everything started.
Oh wow. That well, when I was home, I was like maybe 13, 14, and I bumped into an animation of something I liked at that time with a Hamilton soundtrack, a song from the Hamilton soundtrack. And I vibed to it and I was like, well, let me listen to the rest of it. And I really liked it. I really didn't know what musical theater was at that time. So I was just mostly vibing to that. I saw like a bootleg of it. And then a few months later, my friend goes to Sao Paulo and she comes back and she's like, I saw Wicked. Oh my God, I let's do musical theater. Let's take musical theater classes. And I've always
Wow.
had like an artistic side of me that I wanted to put out there, but I was never like brave enough to do it, I guess. Um, And so we go to this theater class and we take a semester of classes. It's wonderful. We perform a highlight number from Hairspray,
Wow.
Mama Big Girl Now. And I was just a part of the ensemble, but I remember loving, like, I say that I remember stepping on stage and seeing the spotlight and being like, wow, okay, like, yeah, this is where I want to be. And ever since, that's how it's been.
Amazing. And nowadays you are doing some, you still audition for some plays, for some theater musical. How is it going so far, your career?
Well, I've been auditioning, yeah, 100%. I did a couple plays. I did Romeo and Juliet. Um, I did a few plays with a theater called UBAT. I
Okay,
did a short film. I'm doing a play right now from a festival called West Meets East.
amazing.
Um, and I also work with as an ambassador for Chicago on Broadway,
Wow.
and for the Rockettes. So this is mostly what I've been doing, and I feel like it's been leading me down a really nice path.
Yeah, I think being an artist, there's always a lot to do. There's a lot of opportunities. There's a lot of going on. And I think New York City is the place to be for sure. I think that's the place for, to follow a career that's meant to be for you. Amazing.
For sure, 100%. And there's so many opportunities here. It's what I
Yeah.
always say in comparison to like Brazil, for example, because I love it, and I'm glad that like it's growing and growing in Brazil.
Yeah.
But I still think that it's a little like the opportunities all come from like the same places.
Okay.
So it's hard sometimes to like get into that circle. Once you get in, you're in. But to get into that circle is the hard part. And here there's like so many plays from so many different places, and then it's like
Yeah.
a small play that you do with someone that's like bigger, or like a director who has done more things, and then that director will take you into another play. So
Yeah.
so you have like more points of connection here. I think that is one of the benefits of New York as well.
Amazing. Okay, Caroline. So during the interview, I'm going to explore a bit more about your life and also about your journey so far. Okay?
Okay. Oh, good.
Are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through memories in life and share your point of views?
I am absolutely ready.
Amazing. Welcome to William and the Magic Box.
Oh.
Friend, full of random fun questions. I'm just gonna play a song just first relax before the first question. Okay?
Okay.
Let's do it. Right, so before we start the game, during the journey, if it comes up a question that you don't want to answer, don't want to talk about, always can change. Okay? Amazing. First question is, what is the best first date you ever been on?
Oh, wow. Well, that was actually recently.
Ah,
I went on a date on a bar that's mentioned on a Taylor Swift song also. Um, and I I had only been on one date before. And and I didn't like it. I didn't enjoy it, didn't have a fun time. And so I was really anxious for this one.
uh-huh.
But I get there, it's a really nice environment. I have a really nice connection with this person.
Yeah.
And yeah, I really vibed with it. It was really
Wow.
nice.
And when you are in the dating scene, what's something about the other person that gets your attention? What's something about it that for you is like a plus?
Um, I like when they actually listen. I know this sounds like kind of bare minimum, but
Mhm.
it's really nice when you say something, and even though it's totally different from that person's interests, like they will still like ask questions and be interested in it because it's something you're interested. Because that's something I like to do with people. Like if if
Sure.
if I'm enjoying my time with you, I want to learn more about you, and I want you to like teach me things. Um, so yeah, and I had that experience because I like a lot of nerdy things. I like D&D. I like writing. So it's really exciting. It was really nice. That's what I like.
Amazing. Very good. Next question. Let's do it. Hey, Caroline. Next question is, if you had the superpower of trading place with someone in your family for any reason, who that would be and why? For a day, let's say.
Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh my God. That is
Just to see how
really
they just to see how they live, just to see their point of view, the way they live their lives. Could be for any reason.
oh, wow. Because I was tempted to say my cat at first. But I think, well, my sister is at a very interesting age right now because she's at like 14, and I
Oh,
can't be there to like experience like my sister being a teenager,
uh-huh.
which is one of the most pivotal ages for a child because you learn so much about yourself. So I think I would do that. I think I would like to be in my sister's shoes.
Which person in your family right this moment you feel more close to or more connected with right now?
I'm very close to my parents. Yeah, I think especially like me and my mom we're very close, but like both of my parents, I love them a lot.
And what has been the most meaningful lesson you've learned from them so far?
Oh, so much. I mean, I think I learn I quote my mom on a daily basis as if she was like a philosopher, like a contemporary philosopher. Because actually she's really into that. So I think things that she has taught me is like mostly to just I feel like we taught that to each other in a way, but to just believe in myself and do it, do my best. One thing is that you can only do your best. So,
Okay.
don't waste time worrying about like how your audition is gonna be or all of those things. And I gain new confidence from that. I'm like, well, if I'm sick, nothing's gonna change that I'm sick in the next like 15 minutes that I'm waiting for my audition. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna do my audition while I'm sick, and there's nothing else I could have done. So yeah.
Okay, so your parents they're watching this interview right now and you have a moment, an opportunity to send them a message. What would you say? They're watching?
Oh my God. I would definitely say thank you and send love, and they're my biggest supporters, they're my cheerleaders. It wouldn't have been possible without them. So I'm so 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 very grateful, and I love you.
Oh, sweet. I think when you pursue a career and you have your parents, in your back supporting you, this thing's a big plus. Actually, being an artist, I think, is a career that sometimes it can scare our parents because they go like, "My
For
God,
sure.
wait a minute! It's not maybe something traditional or maybe something that's is more secure." However, if they believe in you, they trust you, they see that is your gift. Why not? I think it's a big plus.
Yeah, and I think it was one of the biggest points in our journey because it wasn't easy at first.
Hmm.
Like nowadays, I wouldn't say they were ever like not like supporting me, but they were scared at a lot of
Yeah.
moments, and that can lead them to like not directly support. Um, so like especially at the beginning when we weren't sure, when I didn't like when I wasn't yet in New York, in a musical theater course in a like good university. I think it's scared for them to see that that is possible. It's hard for them to see that that is possible, and that makes them scared. But when things, I think I believed in it so hard that I was just like,
Uh-huh.
I'm just going to go for it. And I did. And it happened. And things are happening and things like keep happening.
It's
Like
amazing.
nowadays, we are like living proof of belief and confidence.
And what's the biggest joy of being Caroline? What do you like the most about being you?
Oh, wow. I I like to say that I love life. I do. And I think one of the nicest things is that I've created such meaningful connections with people, and I'm so grateful for my friends that I have around me. Um, Here in Brazil, my family, I think I've created such real connections that
Mm,
I don't remember when I last felt alone. Like, I'm genuinely so grateful for that.
beautiful. Next question. Let's do it. All right. So before the next question, tell me what's the biggest joy of being, you know, as an artist in New York City? What do you like the most about your career?
Oh, I think it's so great that I get to perform like so often. I think that's one of the best things because when you're not on stage, when you're not performing, it's so hard to miss it and to kind of lose sight of it. But
Yeah.
here, I'm in touch with it all the time. So if I'm not performing, sometimes I will be watching a play and my friends are performing. So I'm always like kind of in touch with it. And I'm just like, okay, I'm waiting, but it's coming soon. And it is like I spent like maybe a month or something like auditioning and waiting for something to happen, but my
Hmm.
friends were doing things, so I went to watch them and everything, and then now I'm doing something. So I'm in touch with it, and once again, it is a city that invites uniqueness, and not only that, but it's also a city that makes you be very disciplined. Because in New
Wow.
York, everyone is good, everyone is good. So being good is like okay, you're in New York, so that's expected. Um,
Wow.
and you have to be disciplined. You have to do your work. I think work ethic is the main thing you're gonna have here.
Wow. I think you need to put some extra work in there for sure because a lot of them they're already doing it as well. So it's a place where you need to be, you know, great, the greatest. You need somehow find.
Exactly.
And what do you find most challenging about your career?
Well, it is unstable in the sense that, like, especially in the beginning, it's hard to find a job that pays, for example, like a
Right.
theater job that pays. Because even though I'm on my OPT and I can only work within the performing arts, working as an ambassador for Chicago, for example, is something that is within the performing arts and it's paid. So it's a good job. It's like a good, nice, stable job that I have.
Mhm.
Um, but then, for example, my theater jobs have not been paid most of the time.
Right.
And but like I'm also really doing like I been loving all the jobs that I've been doing, but like I'm like okay, I'm not gonna go an extra mile to be like okay, I don't want this job because it's not paid. I'm gonna look for something that's paid because I I love doing it, but also I need the credits for my visa, you know.
Of course, of course.
So it is like this challenge that you have to be like oh like how much do I like I need to start valuing my work as in like it needs to like this is something I want to make a living out of.
Totally.
Um but then once again, it is my first year of a professional career here. So it's also good that I had to take all of these jobs because I made a lot of connections and I met a lot of people and I did some amazing work.
I
So
see.
yeah.
Amazing. Next question is, what motivates you the most in life?
Oh, oh wow. I wouldn't say I always say that I'm a little bit of a spiritual person,
Mhm.
but I think it comes to me in a way that's like I'm doing my best and that is like everything I could do. Like as in like that is the most important thing I could do. And I've always said that I find that I can inspire people through this. So
Mhm.
like when I think I say I found my calling through this, it isn't necessarily like this is the thing I was most talented on when I was 13 and I first enjoyed theater. I was definitely not the most talented on this. I was much better at math than I was at theater, I'm sure.
Really?
Yes. And then but I found that this is where like I can pour my feelings so truthfully that I can reach people and I can teach them things in a way. Like even though I'm just reading a script, if I'm being so truthful and I'm pouring my love into it, I think the love goes beyond, you know.
And what's the meaning of life for you?
Love, as in like love is a state of mind. I that is once again, it sounds a little spiritual, and maybe it is, but I've talked to my mom a lot about this. Once again, modern philosopher,
Uh-huh.
but I think just love is a state of mind, and that includes like gratefulness and I want to spread that like radiate that kind of energy to people where it's like I love what I'm doing. I love this. I am love in a way. I'm just sending that out. That is kind of like the meaning of life for me, truly.
Wow, beautiful. Next question. Let's do it. Hey, next question for you is, tell me something that made you laugh last time, something funny that happened to you that you're not expecting to happen.
Well, I have the embodiment of funny living with me, apparently. My roommate, Victoria. She is hilarious, and she will do the most unhinged things sometimes to make me laugh. So we've been like doing a lot of D&D together. I recently got her into it, and she's been like binge watching a lot of campaigns, and she will always like say something funny. I think a hilarious thing that happened the other day was that she woke up in the middle of the night. She was watching the campaign on her computer, and for some reason there was just like a screenshot of like a, one of the guys from the campaign with a really funny facial expression, and she just woke up to that, and she said she was scared. And that story made me laugh so much because it was like probably something that like she clicked when she was asleep, and it just happened to do that. So it was really funny. She's a really funny person overall. I'm always laughing with her.
Tell me something, being a Brazilian person in New York City as an artist as well, do you find that, some roles or some, different roles, it's sometimes can be based, can be more difficult because maybe accents or maybe because nationality or maybe because, do based on your experience, do you feel sometimes that it can be a barrier or the industry somehow they embrace all nationalities or accent or different cultural ways of expressing themselves. How do you see this in your experience?
I think New York is definitely more acceptive overall
Okay.
of it. Like you see that, for example, I think if they were in places that aren't as full of immigrants as New York is, I
Hmm.
wouldn't. Most of my friends are international, so like I wouldn't be seeing them working so much.
Right,
Um, and I think I know my accent is not like 100% clear, but I think I have the like advantage of it being like closer to like American. So that doesn't stop me a lot, but it is something. Also, I had a voice and speech class when I was in school, and they helped me with that. Um,
right,
so I think it's not always easy. I have a lot of friends who have accents, and they find it hard to not be like typecasted and like, oh, I'm Italian, so I'm only being cast in like Italian roles because I have a strong accent. Um,
right.
so it makes it hard in a way. I haven't bumped into many of those, thankfully.
Hmm.
Of course, there's like the Latina thing, but like once again, I think I don't show that much. I mean, of course, the people know when you see like a ginger person on the street. I've had them say to me like, "But you're not white," and I'm like, "Well, yes, well, I am, but like I'm also like I'm Latina, but like you see this, right?" So it really depends on what kind of theater tends to be more receptive, I think, than TV with
Right.
that.
I
Because
see.
TV works really closely with like what you're talking about. And
Right.
and and theater is just like, okay, we're on the stage, so let's just do it. And yeah, so I think it is challenging sometimes, but thankfully, I have not bumped into many of those.
And I get your point. I think big cities like New York City, like London, LA, those places they got used to the beauty of nationality, accents, and cultural things. I think they embrace that a lot. I think it's amazing. Of course, some roles it's just the way it is. Sometimes it can be a bit hard. However, I think most of them they can embrace that for sure. I get your point.
Yeah.
3 questions left. Let's do it. Look at me dancing in front of a professional, artists in New York City. Very brave of
Exactly.
me. Before the next question, let's do a little game. So tell me 3 names of 3 big artists that for you always been a big inspiration for you in the industry.
Oh, Christy Altamar. I loved her when she played Anastasia. One of my biggest joys. Love that. Philippa Sue, also one of my biggest inspirations. Love her as Eliza. Literally my dream role, so it was always great to see her. Um, and let me think about the third one. Oh, this person has already passed. It's so sad, but Stephen Sondheim
Okay.
definitely made up some of the greatest musicals out there. So those 3 people for sure.
Okay, so let's pretend that he's still here with us, okay, nowadays. One day, you're gonna wake up in the morning having 3 missed calls on your phone from those 3 you just mentioned right now. So tell me, which one you're gonna go back straight away? Which one you're gonna send a message? I'll call you back later. And the third one, you don't call back, you don't send a message, you just ignore them for now.
Oh my God, that is so hard. Oh my God, I think if Stephen Sondheim had sent me a message or like a call, if I had a missed call from him, I would call him back right away, for
Right.
sure. Like, you want me to be on one of your musicals? Yes, please. Oh my God, and then there the hard one comes. Christy Altomar doesn't work in the industry as much anymore, like right now. But it makes it I'm so like prone to not ignoring her because she's like the kindest person ever. Oh my God. I think I would have to ignore her and maybe hopefully if that is allowed, get back to her in like a week. And then I would text Philippa Sue like, hey, I'll call you back, Queen.
I know it's hard. I know it's hard, but you can blame the show, okay? Next question is, do you know anyone who is living their life to the fullest?
Oh, that's wow. Well, I'd like to think that I am, but let me think about someone else. Um, I have a couple friends that I think definitely are. I have a friend right now who is in Germany in like an exchange program,
Okay.
and I think she's having so like sh we talk and she posts so much about it, and I really think she's having like such a great time right now and like finding something that really makes her like complete in that sense. Like I think of course everyone is complete by themselves, but it's something that adds like true joy,
I see.
which is always nice.
Beautiful. Two questions left. Let's do it.
Yay.
Okay, next question is, if you could be any age, what age would you choose and why?
Oh wow. Oh my God. Like forever or
For now, like right now, right this moment, if you could choose like an age to be in for some reason, what that would be?
wow. I think I'm honestly fine with 22. I think I was saying the 20s for sure.
Uh-huh.
Um or like if it was temporary, maybe. I would go back, I think, maybe to like I don't know, maybe like 7 or like 6, just to see what it feels like. Again, to be like that small and your proportions are still a little weird, you know.
Uh-huh.
Kids are like a little funny. Um, I don't know. I'm also curious about like being older though, but I think I would go down. I think I would go back.
And for you, of course, this time of the year where the year is already finishing, a new year starting now very soon, 2026, literally knocking the door to,
Right.
coming. You're kind of person that make new resolutions, or you just make some, let's say, superstitions. No, Brazilian people have those superstitions there. That's a lot of
Yes.
clothes and things. However, for you, how do you see this time of the year?
I really like the holiday, especially because I have well, most of my family lives in the Northeast, and I would go like every year to the Northeast, to be with them. So I have really really fond memories. We would go to the beach and everything. Of course, this one I'm staying here, which is a little sad. But my cousin is coming, which is very exciting. But regarding like resolutions and everything, I do have some plans already for 2026 because, well, I'm performing in January and I need to do my visa in February, my work visa, my application. And that is its own work. It's like its own drama. But I'm doing that, and then I'm also going back home for like a month or two,
Uh-huh.
because I have some things to get settled there.
Right?
And then hopefully, if my work visa works, I intend to come back here, and then really that is the moment when I will finally be able to go full out and do this thing where what I told you earlier, like, hey, I need to find like theater jobs that are gonna pay, like that are gonna treat me right, so I can make a living out of this. Um, so, like some things that I would love to do in 2026 is maybe like a tour with something. I saw something about a Shakespearean tour like earlier this year, and I was like, well, that's really exciting. I want to be in a musical because I've been doing mostly plays, so I definitely want to be in a musical. Um,
Right.
I intend to take some more voice lessons, and some more dance training. So like those are the things that mostly all theater, all theater.
And Christmas, what's the meaning of Christmas for you?
It's always been family. It's
Uh-huh.
always been family. Yeah, I think it's kind of hard when I like have to spend them away from them. Um, but yeah, I think nothing reminds me more of family than Christmas because we would like spend, you know, how it's like a warm Christmas in Brazil, and I've learned to love that so much. Because now I'm missing it. Um, so I would be like, I just remember like being around my grandma's house, and it's like my entire family, my uncles, my aunt, the children. You know, I've always been the oldest cousin, so I saw all of them. Um, and so yeah, family, 100%.
Cool. Last question. Ready?
Ready
Let's
already.
let's do it. I'm playing Shusha.
Oh yeah,
I love it. I love Shusha.
me too.
So before the last question, tell me, I'm sure you have a lot of moments in your career, that's it for you was like wow moment. But tell me one of them that you go like, you know what, that's I'm always gonna have close to my heart so far.
Oh, well, I think when I did, that of course this was in school, but it's gonna be with me forever. When
Mhm.
I was in university here, I did my favorite song in musical theater ever called Move On from Sunday in the Park with George. And it's a song that so delicately talks about not getting stuck in the present, or not in the present, not getting stuck in the past or in the future. Just
Mhm.
like if you made a mistake, or if you did something, like don't regret it, don't spend time regretting it. You made a decision, move on, and when that decision comes again, make a different decision if that's what you want. It's a marvelous song, and I just remember having I was working with Ty, who is a very it's a very dear friend to me, and we worked really well together, I think. So I kind of had this magical experience. This song kind of felt to me, in a way, like I wasn't originally given that song by my teacher, but it ends up that the person who was given it had to leave for a while halfway through the semester, and so uh, my friend who was partnering with this person told the teacher like, oh, there's a few people I would like to work with, and then the teacher picked my name and said, well, we know this person's gonna work hard, so like
Oh,
be with this person. And so everything kind of felt like it was my favorite song, and then I had this being said about me, and it was beautiful. There's a little like dialogue in between them before, and I can't wait to actually do that show one day and get to sing
wow,
that song in the context of the whole show because it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
amazing. Cool. Last question for you is, what hurt your feelings?
Mm. Oh, oh wow. I'm really not a person to take those things to the grave. I tend to like forget them.
Uh-huh.
But I do remember there was a semester where I had like a teacher, and I felt like he had like very strong favoritism towards some people. And the thing is, it's not that he would like mistreat the other people, but
Uh-huh.
I feel that he like didn't care as much about the other people. So it was like
Right.
he was very excited about like these four people that he had in class. And then the
Wow.
other ones was like he would give me 100 on my test, and like a few other people 100, but I'm like, "Ah, I know it wasn't 100, and not only that, but I'm just waiting on like actual feedback. I don't know. I felt like he didn't really believe in a few people, and that I was like mad about it, and like
Mhm.
it hurt my feelings, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna keep doing this, and I'm gonna keep trying, and that's how I I doubled down. I was like, I'm gonna keep trying. I'm gonna be better.
Do you cry easily, Caroline?
I do, but I don't think it's like, yeah, I cry easily, but I think it's like great because
Mhm.
I it was never like suppressed. I don't think I ever had my parents tell me like don't cry, you know. Um, so I always learned to. I love crying. I love watching a movie and crying. I watched after 8 years of loving Hamilton. I finally watched it live for the first time, and I sobbed throughout the entire thing. I was looking at them, and I was like, oh my god. And like if I'm going through something,
Mhm.
crying always makes the heaviness of the feeling go away, and then make space for like the clear feeling, the crystal clear feeling of like, okay, now I just have to deal with it, but I don't feel overwhelmed anymore.
Amazing. I think it's relaxing after you cry and feel better. Somehow your body relaxes as well about when
Yeah.
it's a good way. Right, so then yet, let's play now the word association game. I'm going to say some words, just the one word that comes to your mind. Quick thinking.
Okay.
Let's start with family,
Parents, fam, sister. Like,
money,
oh, future, hopefully.
okay, fear,
No, but like I think the word would be no.
life.
Um, love.
One word for religion,
Uh, I think I would go with love again.
okay, and one word for love,
Oh wow. Um, mindset, I
okay.
think.
Politics,
Um, I would say like, oh my God, that is hard. Like literally nothing's coming to mind. Um, I was like important.
okay, friendship,
Uh, laugh.
desire.
Mm. The first word that came to mind was Chicago on Broadway. So,
Amazing, I love that. Regret.
um, no space.
One word for success,
Uh, dedication.
wish.
Hamilton on Broadway.
Oh, happiness.
Fulfillment.
One word for Brazil,
Home.
one word for New York City.
Second home.
One word for artists.
Um, inspiration.
And the last one now, musical theater, one word.
Say that again, sorry.
Musical theater, one
Oh,
word.
calling. I think that has to be it.
Let's pretend I'm going to meet your best friend for a coffee, and I'm going to ask your best friend. Define Caroline in one positive and one negative word only. What your best friend would say about you.
Um, I think she would say I'm a kind person. And I think she might say that I can be a little headstrong sometimes, maybe.
Okay, I'm sure she knows you very well. Let's play now, Caroline in the magic box, and you can ask me a question. But before that,
Okay.
play the music one more time. Let's do it.
Okay, okay.
Okay, you can ask me a question now.
Okay. The question that I have for you is if you could have a superpower, what would it be?
What a great question. What a great question. You know what? I'm gonna answer this question in two ways. The first one in a very powerful way that I would love to have, and the other one more meaningful. So the first one would be if I could speak every language in the whole world. Oh my God! Imagine you go. Sometimes you can speak different languages. You can understand, of course, other languages, but when you can speak everything like the local, the slangs and everything, I think it'd be amazing for
Yeah.
you to be able to imagine you go everywhere in the world and you can speak their language, like
That would
literally.
be so cool.
I would love that. And the most meaningful way, I would love to go around the world. If I had the superpower of touching some people's close-minded heads, just to open their minds somehow, I think that would make a difference in the world for sure. You know what I mean? I think all of us we have those taboos that I think everyone has, and not wrong with that. I think it's part of it. However, if you understand, if you respect others, I think would be the best way. So yeah, going around the world and just open people's minds somehow, I think that would be a great superpower for sure.
Absolutely. I love that. I always tell well, I always talk about this. Um, I think opening our minds to
Yeah,
things is always like it opens doors as well. You know, when
totally.
you open your mind, when you change your thoughts, um, you see things, you see more things, you see the beauty in more things, and I think that's so important.
And actually, the both superpowers I just mentioned, they relate to each other because I could go around the world and open their minds with their own language.
That is true. That is true. So it could be the same superpower.
You see, I didn't think about that, and I just kind of thought about that now. Amazing, great question. Did you enjoy the interview?
I loved it. I loved it. I think your questions were so creative. I really liked the conversations we had. So, like, thank you so much. Thank you for the invitation. So
Thank,
nice. I love
thank you
it.
so much, Line. I think it's amazing. I love to see, passionate people here on the show, just literally going after their dreams. I think that's the way to be. You need to embrace every moment, every opportunity, and I think you're doing that. I think it's great to see your eyes shining, talking about your career and the place where you're meant to be. So carry on with your path and with your career for sure. You're gonna, be wherever you're meant to be. That's the way. Amazing.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I do love what you do, that you bring people and you give them this space to talk. I do think it's fantastic. I have a lot of friends who have been. I just
Yeah.
like noticed, like I scroll through your feed. I'm like, oh my God, my friends, they're all here. So that's really cool. Thank you for that.
And before you go, if you can share a positive message or anything that you live by.
I really like this quote that is it's very short, but
Mhm.
I would put it at my like Playbill biography if one day I got a biography on Playbill. It says with love always. Um which is literally like do everything with love.
Totally.
And yeah, and magical things will happen.
Tot- It's all beginning there, love. That's all
Exactly.
the main thing for sure.
Absolutely.
Muito obrigado.
Ah, obrigada a você. Sério, foi muito legal.
Bom ano novo para você, Feliz Natal e que a
Pra
gente
você também, pô.
um ótimo ano, tá bom?
Tá bom.
Como que fala? Eu ia falar boa sorte na sua carreira. Tá bom?
Obrigada. E pra você também,
Um
viu?
abraço, tá?
Muitos
Tchau,
beijos.
tchau. Tchau, tchau.
Tchau.
So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, to share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why would you like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye bye, see you next time.